We're looking for the place of peace. Deep in your heart. We only love and should be loved. Oh God, I don't know what is going on. Oh God, we only love and should be loved. Oh God, I wonder what is going on. Oh God, whoa, let them feel those say the boy a positive vibe killer. Good man, I dope just with ya from the darkness. So light till the day I die. See, I'm a keep the fire burn. Looking up to God for the grace to survive on the trial. Surely on my mind, money and marijuana be what feeble. But me got keep on pushing on.
Hello, good morning and welcome to another edition of your number one educative and interactive program on radio. This is Home Front, reaching you live from the top studios of the award-winning radio station SOBI 101.9 FM here in the beautiful city of Ilorin, the KWARA state capital, north central Nigeria. I am Daria Kogo. You call me the radio general.
The bumpy massacre, say all we need is peace. If we say happiness.
Remember, you can follow this program on our Facebook page. Just search for SOBI FM, click the like and button and share for others to also enjoy. You can also go to Radio Garden, search for SOBI FM, and you will be connected, not forgetting our mobile app via the Play Store for Android phone users. And you get to listen to us and wherever you might be around the world. And also on our website, www.sobifm.com, you can get to listen to us.
We only love and should be loved. Oh God, I don't know what is going.
So on the program today, we'll be looking at the issue of plastic and pollution in our environment. And as you know, globally, land and marine-based and plastic pollutions are causing severe ecological problems with potential risk to human health. And in Nigeria, the growing production of single-use plastics and the uncontrolled release of plastic debris onto the land and marine habitats are facilitating widespread plastic pollution. The plastic pollution is a pervasive problem in Nigeria that endangers human, wildlife, and causes recurrent floods. And therefore, various stakeholders are actually being called to take concrete steps to curb this problem and the attendant danger that it poses to climate security. And according to the World Economic Forum, Nigeria has the largest economy in Africa and is often alluded by the plug to be the giant of Africa. But what's also growing large in Nigeria is the use of plastic and the subsequent waste from it. From research, it was confirmed that people consume more than 60 million sachet water bags daily in Nigeria, which are often not adequately disposed of. Therefore, it comes to no surprise that frequent use of plastic bags and the wide popularity of sachet water due to unequal access to hygienic drinking water accounts for the 2.5 million tons of plastic waste generated in Nigeria every year.
For the place of peace.
While the concern for plastic waste is highly relevant when considered with the context of its impact on climate change. Hence, if the world is to achieve climate security, the onus rests on each country to tackle the plastic pollution epidemic.
We only love and should.
According to the Federal Ministry of Environment, it says Nigeria generates between 32 million tons of waste per year, of which 2.5 million out of those waste is plastic waste, and the country waste disposal system is inefficient in terms of dealing with both plastics and non-plastic waste, which 70% end up in landfills, sewers, beaches, and water bodies, causing flooding, and species on land and water go into extinction as a result. Also, according to the United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP, each year an estimated 8 million tons of plastic end up in the ocean, which is an equivalent to a full garbage truck dumped into the sea every minute. Plastic debris is carried by the wind or other means into the ocean and is ingested by sea animals, killing them or being harmful to the health of man when consumed as food. And these plastics, such as water, which are single carrier bags and other disposable plastic products, end up on the land, as I've said earlier, and in the marine environment because of indiscriminate disposal and the popular social practice of dumping waste on the roadside, under the bridges, and in drainages and channels, popularly called as gutters, during periods of rainfall. Therefore, some litter the streets, while others end up in the marine ecosystem. And Nigeria is widely reported as having released up to 0.34 million tons of plastic debris into the ocean in the year 2010 and was ranked the 9th country in the world for pollution of a marine environment.
We only love and should be loved. Oh God, I wonder what is going on.
So what we'll be looking at on the program this morning is to how effectively we can tackle these menaces, especially in KWARA State, in order to achieve a sustainable environment. And joining me on the program this morning to discuss this issue is the Executive Director of Green Globe Initiative, Akintola Akinyemi Abraham Triple A. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All right. I also have with me in the studio Mrs. Adenike Omole of also Green Globe Initiative. Good morning and welcome also.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
All right. So let's just dive straight into the topic of discourse from my introduction, and from what you've been doing as an expert in this area. Can you just briefly give us an overview of the current state of plastic pollution in KWARA State and its impact on the environment based on the work you've been doing in this area?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kogun, and I say a very good morning to the people of KWARA and all over Nigeria. I say good morning, and it's good here in KWARA. Yes, the topic we are treating today is plastic pollution in KWARA State. Yes, I can say that it is a very challenging issue that is really dominant in the environmental space in recent time. Actually, it's been for a while, but it is a growing crisis because in this era in which people spend lesser time at home, much time at work, it is really growing because people have to, drink water, they have to, consume more fluid-based food and all of that. And of course, population outburst is also a key driver for pollution and plastic crisis, in the land ecosystem. And while this is because people need to eat, right?
Definitely.
And gone are the days in which people spend more time at home and lesser time outside. So there's a shift already in our lifestyle and culture because, we must make ends meet and, economic factors have actually promoted that. Also, gone are the days in which when you go to each event, be it Somoluruko or Igbeyawo or whatever, or Ukuagba or something, they bring out plates from the archive of Mama in the house to save everybody, all right? In fact, your yam or your amala or whatever is going to be scooped straight from the pot into the plates. But these days, we seem to be now civilized. We feel okay. We can now party more, more portably, so to say, in which you can move about with your water, with your food, and all of that. And we are not really paying attention to the environmental health implications of all of these things. Yesterday, we held a program on addressing plastic pollution in KWARA State, and basically we focused on, drafting a policy document which we're going to be, submitting to the government to use as a tool to combat climate, of course, climate change, but more critically, to combat plastic pandemic in KWARA State. I can remember in 2019, there was this flood in KWARA. Of course, KWARA State has been, a victim of flood, because of our proximity to,
River Niger.
River Niger, and then one of the biggest threats we had was the clogging of Unity Bridge.
Yes.
That river, with plastic. Back then, if there is erosion or there is flood, what you will see blocking the waterways is probably Igi Ogede.
Yes.
Or Igiwo and all of that. But these days, the volume of plastic in the aquatic ecosystem is far much more than the fish daring. All right. So this is a challenge because it affects our health, it affects our diet, it affects our economy, it's destroyed it claims life because the moment there is flood, how does all of these things come to play out?
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Please.
How does it all come to play out? We have we often neglect the action of one man because we do not even realize that moment we take that sachet water and we dispose it indiscriminately, that single second, you cannot even fathom how many people are doing the same thing in a given location. We are not even talking about on a large scale now. Let's say SOBI community, for instance. Now, we have some pure water factories that are servicing some region, right? They know how many, products they are turning out per day. They run it every blessed day. So all of these things still bounce back on the environment because nobody cares. Once you drink, you drink the water, you trash the waste, and this thing will find their way into our waterways, and we keep blaming the government. There is no drainage, there is no XYZ. You as a person, we as individual, what is our own role in ensuring that the environment is cool? If we look critically, go to GRA, go to estates. I'm not saying estates that are just rough estates. You will find out that their drainage is always clean. They will have trees in their environment because they understand the importance of all of these things. So I have said that to say that it is only the indigent people, or let me say the people in the grassroots, that we bear the brunt of the effects of all of these things. Because let's say you go to Ojagboro, Isalekoko, you go to Okiodo, Tanke, you go to Post Office, you go to Unity. These are where people in the grassroots are. And this is the most dirty places. This is where people with lesser action on sustainability, lesser action on environmental consciousness are. All right? So this is the reason why we really need to understand that Awarawa, Lanshirawa, by doing what? Trading with plastic in an unsustainable way, disposing plastic in an unsustainable way. So these are part of the challenges that we have in recent time, and really we need to stand up to it as responsible citizens.
All right, thank you very much. You say that as a responsible citizen, we need to actually stand up to our, duty as a citizen to ensure that we have a sustainable environment. Now, let me come to Mrs. Omole. In your opinion, what do you think are the primary drivers of plastic pollution in the States, and how can this be effectively addressed?
Well, I believe the primary drivers, as said by my boss, is everyone. Okay. I can say everybody. Everything starts from one person, and it moves. So it's a gradual process. When we can say that, okay, you start by making an impact. You start by doing the right thing. So the primary, the first person to do the right thing is usually the drive towards others. I don't know if that makes sense.
Definitely. So you just follow the lead of.
Yes, I believe if you see someone if you see someone doing the right thing, you will follow, even if you don't understand what it means. So after doing it, you will be able to understand by, okay, this is what this person is doing, and this is the reason why this person is doing it. Or let the government, there are, like my boss said, that there is a policy on that already. So if the policy, there's a difference between bringing a policy and there's a difference between people abiding. There are people that will still not abide. Yes, because what? They don't understand it. So that's why we should create more awareness. People should learn to create more awareness. You can start by doing it in your home. Learn to train your children to do the right thing. Dispose things properly. It is written on all the bottles now, even on the nylon. Dispose properly. Learn to do it. We lead by example. Learn to do it at home. Learn to train your children to dispose properly. And let's create more awareness. Policy won't just do it. There are some people that don't understand what policy is. People in the market, all those yaoloja. If you tell them, mama, eda kini, they will be like, what are you saying? We can drop it anywhere. Feel less bear. People will come and carry it. And who are the people that will come and carry it? Nobody. So we should just try to create more awareness. Create more awareness and lead by example. Let it start from you. Don't say, and the government will do it. The government cannot do everything. Let's be frank. The government cannot do everything. Let's lead by example. Let's start. Let the flow start from you. Then it will flow to the next person. Before you know it, will start abiding. It will spread. It will start abiding. We'll start doing the right thing. So I believe that's all we can do, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now, as an advocate for environmental sustainability, Abraham, what are the specific initiative or program you have been involved in at addressing plastic pollution in KWARA State? You know, you spoke about a program that you had yesterday. Can you tell us more about it? Is it part of, initiative or project that you've embarked on?
Okay, thank you once again. I can categorically say that since since 2019, Green Globe Initiative has actively and practically, in fact, committedly, been carrying out projects and activities on environmental sustainability in KWARA State. Yes, we are in a few other states, but I can say that 99.99% of our projects is in KWARA State. Basically, we have conducted a series of sanitation exercise. We have conducted a mission plastic harvest, in which we jump on the streets of Ilorin, ensuring that every PET bottle's on the way, every nylon, every polymer's on the way. We pick it up and we trash it. But what we discovered that this is never enough. In fact, it is never enough. You will be shocked if you pull together 100 sets of volunteers, for instance, and you walk side by side on a street, picking every dirt, plastic and polymers on your way. Don't be surprised. By the time you just look back in the next second, it is filled up again. Yes. So it takes me back to what Madam Omole just said now, that advocacy is very important. And not just advocacy, I think making people, simplifying advocacy, making people understand what is the message in this advocacy outreach. What is the message in the policy that you have put on the table? All right. I shared something online that I think that should be 2 days ago or so, when I read about the policy implementation of the Honorable Minister of Environment in Abuja, where they launched the initiative of banning plastic in the FCT, federal agencies. It's a very laudable one. It's a very beautiful one, because as FCT, it's like the #1 zone in Nigeria, right? So
yes,
it is important that they set the pace for all other states to follow, right? And it comes to my mind that, yeah, this is beautiful, but what is the alternative provision that is being made? Because the truth of the matter is that people have to drink water, right? Especially in this Harmattan and dry season. People get dehydrated easily, right? So people need to drink water. What is the provision that has been put in place from point to point in these agencies? Otherwise, people will choke. Otherwise, people will start smuggling this same plastic we are avoiding into the offices. And then we have successfully done nothing to the problem. Okay? So I really would want an answer in that effect, and also push that forward as addition to the policy. When it is being postulated, it should be added. Okay? Provisions. If you want me not to eat cucumber anymore because of XYZ reason, what is the, substitute, okay, which is better or right off. And I think that will really go a long way in solving this crisis in the environmental space. Similarly, Lagos State is doing something fantastic in the waste management space. There are this, would I call them watchdog or police or something, task force, stationed like just secret camera, drop any trash and they pick on you. Before you know it, you will pay reasonable amount of money, and you will join them in sanitation exercise. Thirdly, they are going to show your face on the video, on their platform. What did you do? You are going to tell them your offense, and you say, okay, fine, this is what I did. How much did you pay? You will say it. How many of your time? How many hours is taken from you? You understand? And regardless of whoever you are, you have to serve that punishment. All right. So I want to suggest that these are something beautiful. It will be hard, considering KWARA states, as a state in which everybody knows everybody. The whole thing is connected. Before you know it, Baba Lagbajani, Alaji Sakatan, Beni Sale Koko, all of those things. So, but if we can just remove that factor a little bit, it's not, it will make our environment better. So, as I was saying, apart from picking waste, sanitation, and all of that, we have developed an idea, a project. We have this project. Can you feel this?
Okay.
Be careful.
Wow. Okay. I think viewers on Facebook can actually see what I'm holding. I'll wait for Abraham to actually describe what this is and the idea behind it.
Okay. As we're looking at this, right? This is interlocking stone.
Okay.
And I can tell us for free that this is cement-free interlocking stone. It is zero cement interlocking stone, made from sand and plastic. Sand and polymer, basically. So, you see, until we begin to take action, personally, there will not be a solution. Let me proceed by saying that this project was conducted in 2022. And we couldn't really do much because it is capital intensive. And I want to say that another thing the government should pay attention to, it make everywhere good, is investing into initiatives, ideas, innovations, and persons that are, interested in projects that will build sustainable states, that will build sustainable environment in our domain. Okay, people that are interested in recycling, upcycling, turning waste to wealth. Okay, and also there should be lesser taxation on those that are in that sector, because big time they are helping the environment. Okay, we might just probably be looking at it that, oh, they are making money. How many people face shit? How many people can actually go and face waste? We can barely do that. So why would we now pay too much attention on their income when we do not even know what they face in the course of? All right. So I want that the government should invest into people that are in that sector, and more critically, the Ministry of Environment needed to be adequately funded. I must say it again: needed to be adequately funded. Why? Is because these people are doing incredible job, but their job will never show if fund is in positive. There is positive of fund. Okay, just like I said, if 100 people hold themselves left and right, and they form a chain, and they were picking the waste on their path, from Challenge to Moraba, ask me in the next 5 minutes, go back there, it is filled up. So we cannot be throwing shade on them that they are not doing enough. They cannot do more than what they are empowered to do. So that is the reason why the government really needs to pay attention into funding them. They cannot take a certain amount to the house as their budget, and they slash it like they should just take something and go and eat biscuit and pure water or something. You understand?
Right,
so it is very important that attention is paid to that. So this project was actually made straight from plastic and sand, and this alone take an incredible amount of plastic, which I'm not going to be disclosing on air now.
All right, thank you very much. Now, you've said some fantastic things, but what role do you believe education and awareness play in all of this, and that's reduction in plastic consumption, and how do you engage with the public to actually promote responsible practices?
Oh, thank you very much. I think that is one of the most incredible questions to ask. Yes, this particular project that I just displayed now, this we call it EcoPave, all right? We engage with students. In fact, we use Ilorin East for this project, and we use this school, CNS College. Okay. So these things were done in the presence of students, right from scratch, so they could see. They're not as if we go and carry some interlocking stone made with cement and then bamboozle them. They were part of the process. When we were doing the whole thing, they were there. So that is a key. See, most people learn through practical and experimental medium, right? They can see. So when they are asked to talk about it, such a child will know the value that they can generate from converting plastic or waste, so to say, into another thing. Just add innovation. So just, put some more effort, and it becomes another thing, okay? So similarly, recently we are on a project that we call it CPEP. CPEP simply means Crafts and Plant Education Program. Crafts and Plant Education Program. All right? Basically, that is to ensure that we carry younger generations along. See, waste is beautiful. It is when it becomes trash that it's become disgusting. Just imagine, okay, you were in the event yesterday. We used disposable plastic on purpose because we wanted to reuse them in our ongoing project, right? Now, you can see how beautiful those empty PET bottles were. Let them land inside gutter, inside waterways on landfill. They become a trash.
Yeah, nobody wants to touch it.
Nobody wants to touch it. Nobody wants to deal with it, right? But once there is practice of waste sorting from home front, I think home front is the name of this project,
definitely.
right? Yeah, this program.
Yes.
Yes, from home front. Once there is waste sorting in your own house, where you keep plastic waste, glass waste, paper, nylon, it will go a long way because you can actually make money from sorting your own waste. I used to tell people, and we are launching a program very soon, in which you can pay your NEPA bill by we collecting your waste. Are we together? Like you can pay for your water, you can pay for your electricity by we doing what? Coming to take your waste. So in that way, you will no longer see your waste as trash. You will keep it more compact because it's giving you additional value. So I think these are the innovations that will really, help us in combating plastic pollution. And before I allow you to speak further, Mr. Dari, this project is designed to be a bottom-top approach. Right?
Okay.
The first thing is that we started with schools in which we convert plastic waste into craft. These schools, we can say that GSS 1B and GSS 2A, they go into maybe basketball or football competition.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, what did they give them? Maybe some medals. So we make a medal with plastic. And you can never say this is a plastic. That is number one. Number two, we make table flower vase, an incorporated flower, like live flower, not synthetic flower. And when it is placed on your table in your office, you feel lively. All right? So this is another thing that we are doing. So definitely...
You are definitely talking about, how we can actually use waste or plastic as
exactly. I'm speaking to the education aspect that you talk about. So when children see that, it sparks and steers the creative strength in them. And those children, they can be so funny. They will use their own cardigan to make baby. Who taught them? So definitely when they see plastic, somebody has done this thing. They use it to make trophy. They use it to make flower pots. Before you know it, they have started doing it themselves. If they see a neat one in the gutter, they pick it up and
want to recreate.
They recreate. It is called upcycling. So their creative idea is tiered, and they are the best megaphone when it comes to advocacy. The way they spread it, the spread information is incredible. All right. So Green Globe Initiative is really working extensively on that craft. And we are still looking forward to to further it across a number of local governments in KWARA State. Thank you.
All right. So thank you very much. In case you are listening to us at home and you want to be part of this program, the numbers to call is 08051 899241, 0051 899241, and 09124221019, 09124221091. We've been talking about plastic waste and how these can actually be addressed in KWARA State, as part of effort at mitigating against the effects of climate change, because as it has been, agreed upon that climate change is actually caused by the activities of humans. This is not something that just occurs naturally. Fine, there is a natural occurrence, but majorly, and what we known as climate change today is actually caused majorly by the activities of a human, and one of those is the proper, disposal of waste, especially plastic, which is actually causing havoc in our society. Now, I still have with me in the studio the executive director of Green Globe Initiative, Akintola Abayomi Abraham, and Akintola Akinyemi Abraham, and Mr. Adenike Omole. I think we have our first caller on the program this morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, so sorry, we lost that call. Do try and call us back if you can, and it will pick your call. Okay, nobody's there. Now, let's continue the conversation. Now, you've talked about this wonderful project you are doing. How do you collaborate with local communities, businesses, and also government and bodies to actually promote these sustainable practices and reduction of plastic waste in the States? I don't know if I didn't want to say something about that. Or you pass it probably.
I'll pass it to my boss.
Okay. Let me speak to that.
Okay, I think we have our first caller on the program this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Brother from Okolo.
Okay, brother from where? Okolo. Okay, let's have a contribution on the program.
This our guest, the program is very interesting. And the one thing I want to ask is that which awareness our guests are put in place to let all of us know the useful of these waste products that we are seeing around us.
Okay.
So that everybody will know the useful of this table water and plastic, and you know that it's not a waste product. You can use it and achieve something that will be useful for all of us.
Yes.
And they should give us their number out so that we can know more and learn more about this thing.
All right. Thank you very much. And basically, you just want to know more about how you can recycle waste to make other things that you have said, and probably how to get across to it. But I think we will do that as we are actually wrapping up the program. So now it's part of the question actually, as talking about collaboration with local communities, businesses, government, and bodies to promote sustainable practices and reduce the plastic waste in the state.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Dare. Yeah. Yesterday we held a stakeholders forum in the Ministry of Environment in Ilorin. And
we, as your initiative, right?
Yes, Green Globe Initiative organized that, and we were able to put enough stakeholders on the table. Stakeholders like the Federal Ministry of Environment, State Ministry of Environment, Standard Organization of Nigeria, NAFDAC, Nestria, SON, Scavengers Association of Nigeria, of course Nigeria, Ilorin chapter, KWARA chapter, Waste Dealers Association, Waste Management Association. There are quite an array of this association, people in the waste value chain in KWARA State. And why did we bring them together? Is to actually form a institutional synergy, such that they are in the business of waste will not see we CSOs and NGOs that are speaking, and advocating for waste reduction to be like, okay, they don't want our business to fly. If companies did not produce plastic again, somebody will be hungry, etc., etc. So we want to really, bridge that knowledge gap, form a system, a synergy. How can we work together? How can your business be better? Part of what kills a business is when tax is really high. When there is no enabling environment, for businesses. And when there is no government interest, there is no government investment into the, this sector. I think the KWARA State government does incredibly well. I think every year they do give award to people that have done exceptionally well in KWARA State. Mm-hmm. I think those people that are supposed to, be looked at also are people that are in the environment sector, especially they are not government staff, but that's all their life. That is what they are doing. If that does not happen, many houses will have been swept away, and they will say that, okay, flood has come again. No, in a hot hour. You understand? So I think that attention, government should develop that interest, in people that are in the environment sector, especially waste collection. And similarly, at the grassroots level, I want to quickly say that we do need that people take responsibility from their communities. When people take responsibilities from their community, it will be very easy for organizations like ours to be able to integrate with them and solve waste pollution problem in their communities. Say, for instance, let's say Okolowo, for instance. Before I even go to that, I really want the home front. I wish the home front can be as strong, as powerful as we used to have it in about 3-4 decades ago, in which we have a working system. Do you know? That time, Wole is more scary than soldier.
Yes.
You see Wole, ati baba ati ya, everybody ma fonda nuni. You understand? Because law was working. Because that time, policy is functional. All right? It's not just policy for the paper. All right? It's not just policy to wear dashiki or agbada or kaftan and snap pictures. All right? So that time, policy is functional, and we have a SENA system. All right? The same thing with why. The people that is war against indiscipline. And most significantly, they tackle all these issues of sanitation, waste management, and all of that. And all of these things are no longer as effective. The only time that it will be, you will see it effective that nobody should move is when there is declaration of the curfew, or there is election and nobody should move. That is the only time. Why is it not that if there is sanitation everywhere, nobody should move? People should stay in their own domain to clean up.
It's practice here in KWARA State. Whenever we have sanitation every last Saturday of the month, there is always restriction of movement.
I'm coming there. I've been in KWARA for quite a while now, and it is really playing out. But we want it, like I said, I've already made a reference to like 3-4 decades ago. It is not like how it used to be. What happened? I think we are more learned, we are more exposed from how educated we were back then. So should it be better or worse? So I feel the government should, tighten up these policies and implementation such that we have a system that people they respect. A system that they honor. Not that we can bribe our way through some system, or we can, call somebody that knows somebody to escape ourselves from, should I say, policies that we have put in place, the punishment attached to some policies. All right? So these things really help us. And then at the community level, I really wish for that time in which landlord and landlady association is as how it used to be. These days it's no longer existing. That is why we have miscreants all over the place. That is the reason why there is no coordination anywhere anymore. But when there is landlord association, they can say, okay, Itamodo, Baboko, this is what we wanted. our community. This is what we want. And then organizations like ours can work alongside with them to achieve results. In fact, it will be better because the solution will be streamlined and customized for such a location. You understand my point now? So I feel people at, the community leaders also need to sit down and, solve this problem because it all affects all of us. There's no how wealthy you are that you can buy the kind of air that you are going to breathe in. Even Dangote cannot do it. So if that be the case, you should stop me if I'm trying to raise smoke, burn refuse, and put smoke in the air. That is why people are having
pollution.
yes.
Yeah, talking about burning of refuse. And 3 days ago, there was a reported case of a fire incident in Ilorin, the Crises capital, around Edon. That's according to the fire, they say it's as a result of refuse, being burned at the back of the house. Now, looking at all of it, they're talking about the policy of government. How can, or probably strategies, what strategies do you think can be employed for probably like organizations like yours, like government, and also individually to inspire behavioral changes among our people, and especially in the communities, to foster a culture of, this reduced plastic consumption and indiscriminate dumping of this plastic, and also burning. What strategies do you think? Probably like instead of incentives or what have you. What do you think?
First thing first, I must appreciate SOBI FM. I think you have a number of jingles that it is season centric. Sego, it is Amatan, Emerson Bomba, no, all of that. I've had quite a number of that. That is a very powerful advocacy. All right? You see, no matter how it seems like it is not being adhered to, for the fact that it is, a culture that they listen to this, it goes a long way. All right? Now, talking about how, government can actually help the people to stop indiscriminate burning. The thing is, people really need to understand that smoke is an enemy to our health and our planet. Anything that promotes smoke is an enemy to our health and our planet. Don't let's even talk about those that smoke. Their own is at another level. But when we are talking about smoke, burning of refuse, it's more harmful than what we think. And that is the reason why we should promote our own self. How do I mean? When we check what we eat play a pivotal role in the amount of waste that we generate. If we look at the dustbin today, what you are going to make there is food wraps, food packagings, be it noodles, be it biscuits, be it table water or sachet water. Go and check it all. Spaghetti nylon. Those things never existed some decades ago.
Okay. I think we have a caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from. Okay, you're calling back from Okolo. Thank you very much.
And the issue about the burning of the refugees, there are two people involved. One is from us, and the second is from the government.
Okay.
Because I think the government needs to put more this thing on us that we should know that this burning is they need to let us know the implication of this burning of
Okay.
that will affect us and the environment.
Okay.
And the environment or climate change.
Okay.
And they need to put more in your statement talk something about environmental really. There's nothing like really in KWARA State again. Because I remember around 1993, 1994, when we small at that time, when we were really the running here and there.
Yes.
We clean everywhere. And really in KWARA State now, you go to one place that they are selling food, and that's not really their work now. Their work is that they must let us know that we must clean our environment. our quota, all our environment must be clean. That's not the one that is only the place where they are selling food or everything. They are not training now.
All right.
Like before. Go to Lagos State, you see them, they lock from out if their environment is not clean. Then the government needs to do work about that.
All right. Thank you very much. This is actually talking about solutions, what can actually be done from the angle of government, that there is need to be more awareness, and also the environmental inspectors, officers that we always call them, that they need to actually do more. But you have also said that, these people actually need funding, because it's one thing to want to do something, and it's another to have that equipment, that things that you need to work with to actually ensure that your work, is successful. And our time is fast spent, but probably you can just, look at this issue now. We've talked about policy, advocacy, talked about the need for, behavioral changes. We also look at the, the harmful effect of this in our environment. But, if you are talking about the environment, we also talk about the socio-economic factors. Now, how do you balance the need for sustainable alternatives with the practical challenges facing, businesses and consumers alike in KWARA State and also in Nigeria as well, taking into consideration the current economic reality? How can this be balanced so that we have a sustainable environment, so that one would not be complaining that the government is doing this, and the people will also not be complaining that they can't do this because this is what they have been doing due to the economic reality?
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, a lot of lofty ideas was shared at the event yesterday.
Okay. And
I can categorically say that we have solution.
Okay.
What we just need is synergy and implementation. I shared something in the course of the program yesterday that companies, see, when you, we don't want to, there is a place of company A being the packaging producer for your products. Maybe you are producing water.
Okay.
But another company is providing your nylon
packaging,
or your plastic. You both are accomplices.
Okay.
As far as environmental justice is concerned. You understand? So now you incorporate your water into another person's plastic, and when we are done using your water, we dispose. So it is both of you. So what is going to be very, very effective is for these companies, no matter how little, they should design a CSR, a corporate social responsibility, that will support environmental initiatives or programs in that location where they are operating, because that is where they are polluting.
Okay.
Not like you will now write to them that to support a program. They're not saying our headquarters is in Abuja. You write to Abuja, write to Lagos. Lagos ni one polluting. They are polluting here, and those people that are rising up to that challenge, they have come to you that, okay, fine, you are part of the, stakeholders. Be part of those things. It goes a long way when we carry out an environmental program and we hear something like Tuyul is supporting, because they are part of the polluters. They pollute the air and the land. All right? In fact, this is the water. And several other companies that are producers. Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, they need to really integrate into their system how sustainable production and consumption. How are they consuming resources, materials that they are using? Is it sustainable? Does it have the aspect of sustainability practice? All right? So I think it goes a long way. And also, the government should not how will I put this? The government should not capitalize only on taxation. You see, when government is only interested in the tax to be collected from a firm, a company, then they might bypass anything. Okay, fine. We
are paying our taxes. So
yes, now they will show you receipt. They will show you proof. So we can pollute the air, effluent, and all of that. We are paying. Our payment is up to date. It's just like you have a car and your documents are complete and the police stop you. You stop with confidence.
Yes.
You understand? I pay. In fact, when they ask for, it's okay.
Yes,
if you want to give me,
If you don't want to give, you just drive away. That what is this? So, but when attention is not on taxation, but on adherence to the core of the policy, then things will change. They know that even if they bring billions of naira to you, you will still stamp them. All right? You can place them on lock if they are be a violator, and then we have a very strong system that way, and we will both be happy. They will be paid their tax as and when due, and also they will be in compliance with the rules and regulations that has been postulated.
All right, thank you very much, Abraham. Our time is fast spent, and we have to just say our bye on the program this morning. 30 seconds. Your future. What do you envision in the future of plastic waste management in KWARA State? Just 30 seconds.
Number one, I want to see a plastic-free KWARA. It doesn't mean there won't be plastic. It doesn't mean companies will not be using plastic, but government and people will have seen opportunities in that sector and then enterprise with the waste, such that there is no trash.
All right, thank you very much. Executive Director, Green Globe Initiative, Akintola Akinyemi Abraham, and Mrs. Adenike Omole, also from Green Globe Initiative. Thank you very much for being part of this program this morning. We sincerely appreciate your time. Special thanks to all the guys in the studio that have made it possible for us to have each free program today. We sincerely appreciate it. And all our callers, our listeners, those who call in, we appreciate you. And those who try to call in but who are not successful, we equally appreciate you. Same time, same station next week is another edition of the program. My name is Daria Kogun, the Radio's General. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye now.
Okay. I see so many angels falling, lost in